Hello everybody and welcome to Play Great Games. Today I'll be taking a look at 4 things that Overwatch does better than Paladins. I've wanted to make this video for quite a while now, so I'm really excited. I'd like to point out that everything I say in this video is just my opinion. The game modes in Overwatch are a huge aspect in the game that I admire and am very proud for. There are, at the time of me speaking, 4 main game modes: Assault, Control, Escort, and Hybrid. In Paladins there are 3, and only one of them is really played. These 4 game modes make it harder for the game to get old or boring, as all of the game modes have different maps, some even themed after the company. You cannot choose which one to play. This can also be a downside, not being able to pick which game mode you want to play, but I tend to look at it as a good thing. Not to mention all the events and other game modes in Overwatch. There are several other game modes like Limitless, Random Heroes, Capture the Flag, and many more. There are also events that bring other game modes like PvE, holiday themed game modes. So, when it comes to game modes, Overwatch wins. There are just so many of them, each one has different maps, so whereas Paladins only has 3 game modes, and only one of them is going to give you a queue under 3 minutes on quick play, Overwatch has 1 game mode you queue for, and 4 inside that one, not to mention all the other game modes, and the ones that are only available during certain times of the year. Now, when I made the video Overwatch vs Paladins, which should appear on your top right now, I had talked a lot about the maps in Overwatch, saying things on how amazing and real they were. I got some comments saying that the maps in Overwatch weren't as great as I had said, and how some of the things I had brought up were useless. I'd like to point out that I went from this to this in like a week. You feel me? The maps in Overwatch are amazing. The level of detail in even low quality is incredible. I mean, you can go into space in one. Into space. Come on, tell me that isn't awesome. I got some comments in, once again, the Overwatch vs Paladins video, talking about how they didn't agree with what I had said about the maps not being symmetrical, and it's pretty clear why they would say this. When a map is symmetrical, both sides have the same advantages and disadvantages. When they're not even on both sides, you run into some spots that are better than others, and etc. But in Overwatch, they don't always have symmetrical maps. They do on a lot. They do have symmetrical maps, but they don't always. So they balance this out with defending and attacking. If that isn't enough, they take it one step further and, in ranked, set it up so that each team plays both sides. If you lose the round in attacking, you have another chance when defending. I also like how the maps in this game echo events that happened in the story, like this spot on Numbani, where you can clearly see Orisa's supercharger, and on the opposite side of the map, where Doomfist had rampaged through the airport. I like it because it gives you pieces of the story, Doomfist destroying an airport, without having you go to watch a YouTube video. And what I've just said will lead into the next part of this video. Now, I know this doesn't affect the gameplay or anything in the game in a noticeable way, but it is still something that Overwatch handled better than Paladins, and I'd like to bring it up. If you would like to know the story in Paladins, which is a pretty good story, you have to read all the detailed backstories on all the characters, there are 49 of them at the time of me speaking, and put together a brief story, or watch a YouTube video on the backstory of Paladins. That's really the only way. In Overwatch, the story is echoed throughout the game. Like I had said, when you're attacking on Numbani, your spawn will be in the airport where Doomfist had done his thing. And if you play as Doomfist on each side, attacking and defending, he'll hint at what has happened. Like when you spawn in the attacking side, he'll say,
"Now where's my hero's welcome?"
And if you want to know the story in Overwatch, you'll need to still watch a YouTube video on it, but only for the finer details. You can clearly put together that at some point Winston and Tracer had worked together, by how they talk to one another. You can also see in Watchpoint Gibraltar, there are a couple parts in the map where you can clearly see Winston had been working there. It's just amazing. And for the final part of this video, I'll be talking about details. I have a couple points here I'd like to point out. The design of the skins in this game are great. The detail in them is beautiful. Take for example, the Toxic skin for Roadhog. This is just one example. Just look at all that stuff in his mask. I can clearly tell that that's some kind of murky, disgusting liquid. Don't take me wrong, there are some skins in Paladins that are super detailed, like the Golden Vatu skin. Man, I want that skin so bad. I also love how deep the game is. There always feels like there's more I can learn when it comes to this game. Take, once again, Doomfist for example, who could be arguably one of the most detailed and complicated characters in the game. There are so many different ways to use his ability set to get the exact movement you desire. There's diags, corner jumps or whatever, different timing you could jump to boost certain abilities, different combos you can make out of other abilities to go farther. And I'm just talking about one of his abilities. The game is very deep, and that, for me, keeps it alive in a way. Going back to the maps, the level of detail on Eichenwald is just great. I'll use Eichenwald as an example. The vines on the wall are amazing. The way everything looks in the Honor and Glory Overwatch short compared to the way the map looks as we all know it now is very different and just shows how much time was really in between. It is clear that a lot of time went into this game. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you got the point of this video. I'm not hating on Paladins. I'll be back next Sunday, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, with 4 things that Paladins does better than Overwatch. If you didn't agree with what I had mentioned, or brought up, or had different points of in this video, I'd like to hear a list of your own down in the comments below. I hope you guys have an outstanding day, and remember, life is short. Play great games.